We gonna watch some Black Dog. We gonna watch some Black Dog. Black Dog. What's his name? Not Black Dog. Alright, so let me do this real quick. Nigga said, okay, so I'm doing this live, right? So, after this, you're going to see the way I'm going to structure, how I'm going to do lessons, so that way I don't have to be on a subject matter for like 3 weeks, because the motherfucker keep wanting to talk about the same shit. So what I'll do is, I'm going to do subject matters and try and exhaust them, right? So, for instance, a black feminazi joint, I'm going to just cover it from top to bottom. But once I go from the very top all the way to the bottom, then I don't have to go over it again. All I got to do is tag motherfuckers in the hashtag. That's it. I won't have to keep reposting it, doing this, and I won't have to keep doing that. You understand? So, we're just going to do it one good time and get it out the way. Okay? So this is like a preview. I'm just going to share with you some good sources. And one of the things we're going to knock out the way is this whole black feminism and white feminism. There's no such thing. Okay? And this is my thing. This is what happens when somebody don't want to let go of the other shit. You know what I mean? Like, niggas couldn't find out they couldn't call themselves Latino, so they decided to attach Afro to Latino because they didn't want to let the Latino go. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same shit with black women and feminism. They're now realizing that they're fucking idiots, and the feminism is one of the major reasons why they're idiots. And instead of letting it go, they're trying to say, okay, well, all the negative stuff that you black guys are talking about, black men are talking about, that's white feminism. That has nothing to do with black feminism. Bitch, shut the fuck up. I'll tell you straight up. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Shut up, because you're making that shit up right now. You didn't do none of the historical research. You did nothing. And this is my issue with women. Instead of women just acknowledge, like, this is my thing. Women have the fucking memory of an elephant when it comes time to picking a fight with their man. Or any man for that. You see them, they come on my page, them bitches remember every goddamn thing. You understand what I'm saying? Bitches remember everything when they want to argue, when they know they're right. But when a woman is wrong, all of a sudden the bitch can't remember nothing. All of a sudden she's a fucking idiot. But when she's right, she's a goddamn Yale scholar. She's a Yale scholar. She's a goddamn lawyer. You understand what I'm saying? And yet this, ladies, and I know there's a few of you listening, this is the reason why I do not respect you guys as adults. Okay? I do not respect you as an adult. And I will not respect you as an adult until you guys get your shit together. Because you guys are the type that like to have your cake and eat it too. You guys are like, I like this, I like this, you men have this, I like that. Oh, men, you guys have responsibility? I don't want that. Listen, you don't get to do that in life as an adult. Children do that. So you have to pick. Okay? You're either an adult or you're a child. You either run shit or you get told what to do. You're either the head of the household, you're a strong, independent black woman, or you sit your ass down because you're the lesser vessel. Make a choice. You don't get to have both because it's convenient. You don't get to do that, okay? All right. So, let's get back to this feminism thing, okay? So, we're going to do a quick rundown. There's different waves of feminism. My problem is not with women looking for equity or a certain sense of equality, because technically you'll never be equal to men, and vice versa. Men will never be equal to you, nor are we looking to be equal to you. We don't look to dominate you in what you do good at. You don't see a man trying to out-nurture women, but you see women trying to be more aggressive than men, trying to be a better caretaker than a man. It's like, bitch, sit your ass down and go master your role. This is not your role. This is not your place. Get the fuck out of my position. And then you wonder why black men don't step up into the position because your dumb ass is standing in my spot. You stupid motherfucker, move the fuck out the way. Stop with your mouth. Just shut the fuck up and move the fuck out of my spot. Do you understand how frustrating it is dealing with y'all? You guys are terrible. You guys really are terrible to deal with. And I'm probably one of the only niggas that'll keep it this real with you because I don't give a fuck about your pussy. I get pussy, so I don't give a fuck about yours. Do you understand? I can get away with telling you the truth because I don't have a little dick. So you can say, yeah, you got a little dick and it'll never bother me. You wanna know why? Because I wear magnums. You can call me a broke ass nigga. That'll never bother me. You wanna know why? Because I make $30 an hour. I've been making at least $24 an hour since I was 22 years old. So you can never say anything to me. It will never bother me. You can't, what else are you gonna say? I'm a mama's boy? You goddamn right. I love my mother. Any woman who makes fun of a man for being a mother's boy, you're an idiot. Because that mama's boy is probably gonna love you the way that he loves his mom. You fucking idiot. Don't you guys realize you guys are blackballing yourselves out of good men? You know that, right? You know for instance, my mom raised me to be a good dude. I watched my dad put my mom through a lot of hardship. You understand what I'm saying? And that's not to paint my dad as a bad guy, because my dad is not a bad guy. My dad handled his business. And if my dad was a bad guy, my mom wouldn't have fought to stay with him. Do you understand? So I grew up actually seeing how a woman should be. You understand? So that's why when it comes to you motherfuckers, I will never settle with you motherfuckers, because you're not as good as my mom. And I know that 90% of you never will be. Because my mom grew up in a two-parent household. It wasn't the best household. Her parents didn't get along, but they stayed together and made it work. Same thing with my household, right? They stayed together and made it work. Half of you motherfuckers, half of you women out there, you've never seen a man. You don't even know your dad. And what you know about your dad is what your mom told you. And your mom's a conniving bitch. You understand? That's why she never told you anything good about your dad. So you don't know anything good about men, and you automatically start to portray the stereotype your mom gave you on all men, like a dumb cunt. And then you have the nerve to say, it's not all black women. Well, it ain't all black men. So when you stop blaming all black men, I'll stop blaming all black women, even though I never said all black women nowhere. You understand? I know the truth hurt. I know you're used to kicking men and men not doing anything about it. Guess what, bitch? We're going to kick you the fuck back. And we're going to kick you harder than you kick us. And you're going to stop. Because that's the only way you're going to learn to stop. You understand? It's the same thing with white people. If you keep begging white people to stop hitting you, they're not going to. The only way white people are going to stop hitting you is if you hit them harder than they're hitting you. Do you understand? That's the only way people who bully learn. And you black women have been bullying black men for decades. You have. And you bully emotionally. And you bully mentally. You guys talk about physical abuse, but you don't ever talk about the emotional and the mental abuse you dish out. Not only to young boys, your own children you fuck up, but to your own spouses who you supposedly love. You guys don't love black men, and that's the bottom line. You don't. You don't. You want to tell black men what to do. You want to use black men, but you don't love us. So stop saying that shit. You know what I mean? If you loved us, you would drop the feminism. You wouldn't be trying to create something called black feminism. All right? So let's get back to the history, right? There's first wave feminism. There's nothing wrong with that. Second wave feminism. Even like knowing the history, I don't have a grudge with that. Second wave. It's you modern women. It's your mother's generation. Well, some of y'all are grandparents now. So it's your grandparents, your mother, my mother generation, and the current generation, my generation. You guys, you third generation feminists, you're a bunch of fucking twits. You're a twit. You're a goddamn twit. I mean, look at your protests. The shit that you guys protest, you have no morals or ethics about you whatsoever. You're protesting and your fucking tits are out. Your fucking vaginal fluids. You're bleeding all over the place and you're wearing white pants. Like, come on, man. You guys are sick. You're sick. And then you black women want to join those type of white women? Like, are you serious? Like, yo, hold up. Let me just show you. So we're just going to do the brief history real quick so you give it a rundown. Like, we're just going to do a brief rundown. Because the shit truly is annoying, bro. This shit really is annoying. To keep having to have this conversation over and over and over. Because it's a new stupid, after one stupid bitch done leave the comment and you got to correct her, another stupid bitch come in to replace her. Like, nah, we're not going to be doing this. We're not going to do it, not this profile. We're not going to keep doing this and doing this and doing it's annoying. Okay? So look, feminism has a range of political movements, ideology, and social movements. Okay, we're just going to get to the common factors. Okay? Brief history, right? You got first wave, third wave. Let's get to the first, 19th century. This is first wave, okay? Was a period of activity during the 19th century and early 20th century, mainly in the UK, and eventually it came over to the United States. It focused on the promotion of equal contract. This is talking about marriages, working, things of that nature, so that women could gain protection in the working place. I don't have a problem with that. What I will say is, women, your working place is a household. So you shouldn't be going out to make your own money anyway. You want to know why? Because you got to understand something. And I know that this means that we would be going back how many years to a more traditional setting, but that's where we're supposed to be. Your job as a female, your first career is your family. You are to find a good man. You got 3 things to learn how to do. Control your motherfucking mouth, control your legs, and control the choice of the man you pick. Like, you guys talk about how hard it is to be a woman, and it's really fucking not. Compared to being a man, it's not fucking hard. It's not. It doesn't seem to be. I don't know. From what I'm looking at, it doesn't seem to be hard. All you gotta do, the main thing you gotta do is pick a good man. Pick the right man. And most times, most of those good men come up to you and you ignore them because you're an idiot. You're literally an idiot. You pick the type of men that you complain about. Then you reproduce with those men and you create more men that you complain about. You're a fucking idiot. And you want to run the society. And you want to talk about matriarchy. You're already running shit. You're running shit into the goddamn ground. And you women need to realize that. You're running the ship into the fucking ground. Shit crazy. Okay? So look, marriage contracts, equality of marriage contracts, or when it comes to parenting, there's nothing wrong with that. Property rights. So if a woman owns something, there's nothing wrong with that. You understand? Nothing wrong with it. Okay? Nothing wrong with first wave feminism. Okay? Don't want to hear nobody, oh, you're a misogynist, you're a female. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Shut up. And I called you a bitch because you're acting like one. Anyone who calls me a misogynist, you're a fucking bitch. You understand? Okay, spread that motherfucker. Spread it. Anybody who calls me a misogynist, you're a fucking bitch. Okay? So if you want to read more about the suffragist movement, then you can go on and read more about it. Okay? Here we go. This is second wave. Okay? This is now dealing with mainly European countries. So if you're noticing something, feminism is a white woman's argument. Okay? Where did the feminist movement start? Women's suffrage movement. In Europe with white women. Okay? And then it expanded, or in the UK, then it expanded to other European countries. This is white women's movement. White women's movement. And there's a nigger right there because we got to get within third wave feminism, right? Let's keep going. Okay? So then you're talking about continental Europe. It's spread into continental Europe, right? So if you want to learn more about second wave feminism, you can go look it up. Okay? Then we start to get into Betty Friedman. So if you remember when I was doing my breakdowns before, you save shit like this. Okay? Betty Friedman, she's another agent. Okay? She was Gloria Steinem before Gloria Steinem. In 1969, Betty Friedman's book, The Feminine Mystique, was published and helped voice the discontent that American women felt. And when it's talking about American women, it's talking about white women. Just like when white men talk about American men, they are not talking about you black men. They are talking about white men. So understand how white people talk. Okay? Look. The book proved highly successful, almost becoming a Bible for feminists. So if you want to know about feminists, then you need to read this, The Feminine Mystique. You need to get to know who Betty Friedman is, or Friedan is. Do you understand? If you understand who Betty Friedman is, you'll understand what feminism is about. Why? Because Betty Friedman's book in 1969 was considered the pinnacle of the feminist thought process. So you black women like to say, well, I'm not a feminist, but you bitches argue just like them. How can you argue just like a feminist, but you're not one? So white people who believe the same things KKK members believe, but they turn around and say they're not KKK members. Does that make any difference? Are they not perpetuating the same philosophies that that group is doing? All you black women do is make fucking excuses. That y'all are pathetic. Y'all really are. And then you wonder why we ain't marrying you. Give me a second. Let me pick my food up. I had to pick up my food real quick. You know, this is tiring, though. This subject is tiring like a motherfucker. But it's important. Because it's like, no matter how good the men get, if women don't get their shit together, it doesn't matter how good the men get. It doesn't. It really doesn't. So, if you want to see real progress in the black community, it'll start when women start taking some accountability for their behavior. Okay? And as long as black women keep denying that they have shit to fix, we're always going to be in this situation. And as long as black women keep clinging to being the white man's guard dog, right? We're going to be in this situation. How can a team win when one half of your team is working against you? Okay? Did black men tell black women to work against us? No. You guys decided to do that. So you guys have to decide to stop doing it. It's nothing black men can do in order to change anything about y'all. The responsibility is not on us. It's on you. Okay? Black men didn't start disrespecting you and then you started to take on the characteristics of how we were describing you. Oh no. Don't even try that shit. Don't try it. Okay? It's you motherfuckers that decided to join feminism and the sexual liberation movement, right? And you decided to devalue your own pussy. You decided to sleep around in the community. You decided to do those things. There was no rape epidemic in the 1950s. If niggas didn't marry you, they wasn't getting no ass. That's because you women had some self-control. You had moral and ethical sexual self-control. Remember, there's only 2 or 3 things you control in a relationship. That's a fucking bedroom and the goddamn kitchen. You don't control nothing else. Serious. The bedroom, the kitchen, and the children. That's it. You don't run nothing else. And you women gotta get over that. You're not the boss of the situation. Okay? There's the CEO, and then there's a manager. The man is a CEO. He will always be the CEO. Always. Okay? When y'all get that in your skulls and you stop trying to compete with us for the top spot in the family and for who gets the last word, then everything will run smooth. But because you guys are so incessant on getting the last word and having your indecisive fingers on the last decision, why? You know you're indecisive. So why would you want to put pressure on yourself to make the last and final decision? You know you ain't equipped to do that. Come on, B. Like, look. So, So look at this, 1969, right? So the feminine mystique, you're going to look that up. And you look this up, Betty Friedman, right? It became a Bible for feminists and a spur for political activists. The book's success also meant that, so the book had major success, the feminine mystique. So if you want to know about feminism, you read the feminine mystique, right? Is that common sense? Okay. And yes, I have read the book. So before anybody goes, well, you don't know. Yeah, bitch, I have read it. Okay? Okay. That's why I'm so good at shitting on this subject. The book's success also meant that Friedman could lecture her views while she was on tour in 1970. So what have I been telling you guys? Haven't I been telling you guys that it was in the 70s that black women adopted feminism? Okay, I'm going to prove what I'm saying. Okay? Within 10 years, after Friedman's successful publishing, women made up more than half of the total percentage of the first world workforce. Now, the reason why women made up over half of the percentage, what happened during the times of war? Men went out in time. So when these black women are sitting there saying the black men weren't taking care of them, bitch, shut the fuck up, okay? Yes, I'm using the word bitch because you're a bitch. You keep spreading lies and you keep spreading non-historical based fiction. You're an idiot. Okay? Black men didn't abandon you. We were drafted to going into war, you fucking idiot. And then the majority of us came back mentally disturbed. And if we weren't mentally disturbed, we had fucking limbs blown off. You dumb motherfucker. Well, why do you think a man would be an alcoholic? He just came from war, you fucking idiots. You insensitive. You women talk about how sensitive you guys are and how caring and analytical you guys are, and you guys aren't. You're not. I don't know if maybe you lost the ability to a generation ago or what, but you're not. You're not the woman that women were 60 years ago. You're not. You're not nowhere near it. You understand? My mom grew up in a traditional household like that. You feel what I'm saying? My mom is a traditional mother. My mom her work was a family first, and then she went out and did her thing. My dad owned his own company. My mom worked with my dad or for my dad. She was the accountant. Do you understand? So I got a chance to see. That's probably why the two of them was at each other's throats so much, because they were around each other 24/7. You understand? Imagine you have to work with your wife or your husband 24/7. Like, that shit gotta be annoying. But that's how it was. You understand? I got a chance to see my parents do that shit. A lot of y'all motherfuckers didn't get a chance to see any of your two parents together. So you can't say shit to me. You don't even know what a two-family household is like. I do. You understand? Niggas run their mouth way too much. Look. Here we get into modern feminism in the early 90s, right? So this is when black women are already into feminism, right? They're already deep ingrained into it. This is the 90s now. This is the type of feminism which had black men fed the fuck up. This is when we started making music about bitches and hoes and shit like that. Okay? So when y'all talk about, oh, well, you've got to respect black women. Bitch, we don't have to respect nobody who don't respect themselves. Okay? So as soon as you start carrying yourself in a respectable manner, you will receive the respect that you deserve. Not a second before that. You don't get to have your cake and eat it too. You don't get to act like a whore and then not be criticized like a whore. And that seems to me like what women love doing. Women love acting like whores, but when it comes time to taking the responsibility of what comes on a whore's tab, you don't ever want to pay for it. You want to sleep with all these different niggas, and you want to embrace your sexual liberation, but you don't want to adopt the tag of what you are. You're a whore. You're a whore. There's no other way to put it. You're a hoeing around. There's no other way to put it. And then you have the nerve to wonder why niggas ain't marrying you. First off, you know what a marriage is based on? A marriage is based on the fact that that's that man's woman. That's his woman. Ain't no other man been with that woman. We all know this generation that we're dealing with, that just ain't gonna happen. Half of you women have been with men since you were 12, 13 years old. You probably got more bodies than me. And you have the nerve to want an all-white wedding. You should feel dirty. How you gonna want an all-white wedding? Your box ain't all white. You know what that's like for us men? Let me explain something to y'all. I did a skit about it, and y'all think it's funny, but it's not. It's like fucking a box of crackers, right? That's what marriage is like. Okay? Marriage today is like a box of crackers. Marrying a virgin is like opening the box of crackers fresh, right? It's fresh. It's rare. Nowadays, you're going to find a virgin. It's rare. Okay, no big deal. Now we got to deal with degrees of your body count. Okay? Half of you bitches have 20 fucking bodies before you're 25. Bitch, you don't deserve to be married. I'm telling you straight up, you don't deserve marriage. You're a hand-me-down chick. You're a second wife. Chicks like you are second wives. You don't deserve that first tag. You don't. You didn't take care of your pussy enough. And this is the bottom line. You think it's fair that a man should have to pay for the wedding, pay for the ring, pay for all the stupid shit you want to do, stupid unnecessary shit you want to do, right? Spend all of his money, right? For a box of fucking crumbs and half crackers? Bitch, are you stupid? Why would I give you in exchange for half a box of crackers, right? Let's say it's half a box of crackers, okay? Let's say you slept with 10 men, okay? You at least had 5 of them ejaculate in you. I know you women. You at least had 5 of them ejaculate in you, okay? I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say, okay? Period, right? You dealt with him. Why should that man have to then reward you when you didn't do anything to be rewarded? You didn't preserve yourself and keep yourself clean. That nigga has to worry about putting a ring on your finger and then other niggas talking shit about him. Yeah, you know what position I hit that in, right? You know what position she's great at, right? You got that top though, right? You know what that's like? It's not the same as when women share stories. When you women share stories, it's different. Y'all want to sleep with other niggas' men. You understand? Most real men I know, you don't want to sleep with another man's chick. That's like sliding on another man's socks after he don't warm. Sleeping with another man's chick is like putting on that nigga's socks right after he done warm. He just took them off. You're going to put his socks on. That's disgusting. Like, come on, bro. Okay, so it's not fair. And you guys got to blame yourself. Blame the sexual liberation movement. Blame the fact that you guys don't want to be underneath black men for whatever reason. And you don't have an excuse because we wasn't beating your ass. That's a lie. We're going to go to Michelle Wallace and we're going to see that's a lie. This is crazy. Like, this is crazy that niggas have to deal with this shit. But let me just finish this white feminism. So let me sum this up. How much time we got? All right, we're only halfway in. There's no such thing as white feminism or black feminism. Feminism is feminism. Feminism is white feminism. Feminism was founded by white women. Feminism started in Europe. Do you understand? Do you Negro women understand? There's no excuse you have. You can get Alice Walker. You can get motherfucking, what is this fucking bitch name is? Michelle Wallace. You can get all of these black cunts. And I'm going to correct your ass still, right? I'm going to show you. Because that's what they are. They're a bunch of goddamn cunts. Here we go. Look at this. The third wave feminism distinguishes itself from second wave feminism in issues around sexuality, right? Challenging female hetero... See? What? Third wave feminism was around issues of sexuality. Challenging female heterosexuality. This is a dyke movement. Do you understand? This is a dyke movement. It's always been a dyke movement. But now it's done. It's out in the open. This is a dyke movement. Again, third wave feminism seeks to challenge or avoid what it deems the second wave's essentialist deficit. See, here we go again. This is key because I didn't know this part. I'm going to read this to you because this is key right here. Third wave feminism. This is the wave of feminism that black women are stuck in. Okay, so third wave feminism distinguished itself from the second wave around issues of sexuality. So there's a distinguishing between second and third wave. So you gotta put Okay, a white dyke movement. You got to put a dyke right in the middle there. Put a dyke right in the middle. And that's hilarious. Let me see if that I can even get away with using that as a definition. Put a dyke right in the middle. It is a long wall or embankment built to prevent flooding from the seas. A ditch or water house. You gotta be shitting me, son. Oh, yo, the Most High got a sense of humor, son. This is funny. So you gotta put a dyke right there in the middle between second and third wave feminism. Let's just stake that dyke right there. Okay?